All right, what up, bros? This is Super Owl 88 bringing you another Homefront commentary. This is not anything. This is not anything old. Why am I saying another? My apologies, but okay, I've been forgetting to say this the last few times, but that intro was made by Double Trouble HD. His channel link will be in the description below. Can I say description? But yeah, I guess it is the description below. Alright, so that's down there, and I felt kind of, also, after that shout-out, I feel weird saying bros, but, because it does say, like, 6% of my viewers are female, which is actually kind of a lot. However, I'm assuming they're all, like, younger guys that were like, I can pretend to be a girl on the internet, so I'm gonna put myself down as female. Is that faggot right there kills me. Moving on, so recently, with that extra shout out, someone at my school, I don't know, I actually completely don't know who it was, but if you're watching this, man, because it kind of went around, so yeah, that's cool. But yeah, hello to you guys that actually know me personally. That's kind of weird. And if you are actually watching this, please tell me how on earth you were able to make the connection between Super Owl 88 and me, because I think I only saved my name in the Homefront video. Yes, this is Ben Morrell. Moving on, Homefront. This is what you guys want to talk about. It seems in the comments section in that last video. This game, I'm having a lot of fun with this game, not gonna lie. The connection on PS3 is shit, though. Not gonna lie, like, well, it is in every game on the PlayStation, but I get what I pay for, which is for PlayStation Network, nothing at all. So, guess I had it coming to me when I got the PlayStation. But otherwise, once I get in the lobby, which takes me about 5 to 10 minutes, I do have a lot of fun in this. However, the biggest downside to all of this is the lack of people I have to play with. Like, seriously, guys, you guys are all ahead of me on PlayStation, but none of you have Homefront. So I've been playing with Tech Deck and Mr. Catman, and I played a little bit with Darkness and Midnight. I know you also have it, but other than that, those are the only 4 guys I know that even own the game. So if you own Homefront and you're on PlayStation 3 and you're not already on my friends list, please let me know. I will add you. I will delete one of my other subscribers that I've not played with. Sorry, guys. I hope it's not you or someone that's been offline for a long time. But yeah, so I do need people to play with. So this gameplay, I'm using the Scar L. It is the only 3-round burst assault rifle to my knowledge. I'm almost 100% sure on that, but one of the other 2 could be 3-round burst, or maybe they have a 3-round burst option. I have not unlocked those last 2. It is a pretty fun game, I'm not going to lie. A lot of people are talking about how it reminds them of Battlefield and stuff. I think they just want to say it reminds them of something other than Call of Duty. If this game reminds me of any first-person shooter, it's Call of Duty itself. I don't know any other first-person shooter other than Call of Duty that has maps as small as, like, this one, which is cul-de-sac. It's like an urban area. You're using military guns, and really the only thing different is, like, the drones and stuff, which I will get into in a second here. They tried to kind of mimic Call of Duty. Yes, it does take a little bit longer than people, but it's way less campy, and there's like a lot more close combat than you get in a game such as Battlefield, and it's a pretty fun game. Is it as good as Call of Duty? No, I will not. There is no. You guys can punch me right here. You can beat me up about this. There's no first-person shooter as good as Call of Duty at the moment that I've ever played. Yes, it's got 30 frames per second, which is doable to me, but it does feel like something is lacking when I play this. Like, seriously, there's something not right. It does not feel as smooth. Certain things like the grenade animation, the knifing animation are just retarded. Like, they seriously, I think, put less than 2 minutes of effort. And when you throw C4, all you look at is your palm reaching out onto the screen. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically it's like you're trying to give someone a high five, and like a C4 pack shoots out of that, which is pretty, like, stupid in every possible way. However, once again, I do enjoy this game. I wanted to address buy it, rent it, or never bother getting it at all. And it's definitely something I would suggest playing. I mean, a lot of people have had frustrations about this. There's certain people, like I've talked to Blaze, he was complaining about snipers camping in the background, which I haven't had too much of a problem with at all. There's definitely other things that getting into games is definitely the worst part, and it's something that I know game rentals are generally like a week long, maybe a little longer, and I want to suggest renting it and like leveling up all the way, because I feel like when I get to level 75, I'm not going to really want to play it much more, but it's definitely something that I suggest everyone should have the chance to try out, because it's new, and there's a lot of new features, which I'm about to get into right now, actually, which kind of makes the whole game itself more exciting. It's stuff to do in that, and that would be the kill streak system and like the drones and stuff. So basically, it's not actually kill streak stall. You're looking at one of them right here. This is kind of like a predator missile that you don't control. You just launch the thing. You're shooting missiles at the ground. I don't know if I fail or not here, but it's different, man. You start off with 500 points, which you can spend 400 right away to hop into a Humvee, depending on the map, or you can save up. So the things you can save up for is every class. So your kill streaks are kind of class specific. You have 2 different purchase slots. You can buy different things, such as drones and like ammo, and what's something else random in that section, like flak jacket. You can just buy certain things for the rest of your life, for the rest of that life, and when you die they go away. Or when you spawn, instead of spawning on your feet, you can spend large amounts of your earned money on vehicles, such as like the Humvee. There's a light tank, which I think moves faster but is not as powerful as the heavy tank, helicopters, and yeah, just different stuff like that, which is actually a lot of fun to drive around and mess with people. And the my absolute favorite part about this game, you're gonna hate me about it, is the parrot. The parrot, which I don't use this game, and yes, there will be a parrot commentary coming up. Don't worry, I'm gonna run around with the parrot the entire game and show you how much fun it can be. And it's not even like a first-person shooter. It's a different. Using the parrot is a different game altogether. But it's basically you're flying around in a little helicopter thing with 4 propellers, and whenever you look at someone and press R1, you basically like tag them in a way that everyone on your team can see them, like a blackbird, except it's like a sit rep blackbird, so they can see. It's not. They don't even have to look at their map. They look on their screen, and there's like red diamonds appearing. You're like, what does that signify? Well, it's a guy on the other side of the wall camping there because he's just been parroted. And yeah, it's pretty much that. You fly around and piss people off, and I have all the perks set up on my parrot class so that the parrots will become stronger and faster, and it is a lot of fun. You can always use the same things with like the Wolverine drone and the Rhino drone, which are basically like these drones that you drive around, and it's like a mini robot that when it dies, it doesn't actually count as a death, but you can get kills with the thing, and it just like goes in, and I think it's got a little bit more health than your person does, and he fires a gun. It's pretty entertaining. It's just stuff like that Call of Duty hasn't done, can't really do, because they do modern stuff, while this game is I want 2020 something. I want to kind of reach for my case there and tell you the exact amount, but I cannot. That's like the only example of snipers camping in the background. And there's one map specific. I think it's called Crossroads. I'm not completely sure, where there is like a big hill and they can seriously lay prone and snipe you the entire game, which is annoying. But other than that, sniping is not an issue. But yeah, it's things like the drones and the futurism, and the remote control helicopter is one of the drones. That's pretty cool. That it makes it different and makes it fun in the 30 frames per second and horrible connection / joining games. Makes it a little bit more worth it, because when you do get into a fun game, it's something different. It's a great refresher. So if Black Ops is something that's been pissing you off, it's been something that you cannot stand for reasons I cannot know. Ghost is bothering you. There is Ghost in this game, but it's different pretty much. But pissing you off, I recommend Homefront, and or I haven't actually played Crysis, so I can't really suggest that, but it's Homefront's something different. It's similar to Call of Duty, and yeah, the whole Crysis issue. This is a big topic jump, so excuse me here as I describe why I have this game, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned in one of my other videos. Actually, I might have not mentioned it, but I definitely was in my head. I'm getting Crysis 2. That's the game I wanted, because I watched more gameplay on that with this, and I really wanted a new game. So I just turned 17, if you didn't know. So if you're older than me, you're like a college kid or even older than that, I'm sorry if it seems as if you are listening to an adolescent here. But yeah, so I just turned 17, and the day before I turned 17 was the day Crysis came out on Tuesday. Turned 17 on Wednesday, March 23rd. And the dude wouldn't sell me the game. It was like 9:30, and I'm like, hey man, it does. I literally turned 17 in 2.5 hours. You should totally sell this to me. You're not gonna get in trouble. No one will ever know. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. I have to confirm you are 17 because I could lose my job. And like, seriously, I guess he could lose his job, and it's like a legal issue. And I'm sure some of you guys are gonna scold me for this in the comments, but Honestly, if I was working at a GameStop and a kid was turning 17 and I was looking at his license to see he was legit, like he's actually 16 and 365 days and pretty much almost 24 hours, close to 24 hours, he would I would definitely sell it to him. Like, in all honesty, he's just gonna come back in 2.5 hours, even though we're closed at midnight. But he's just gonna come back the next day, and that's what he told me to do. But I didn't go back there the next day because I didn't want to go back to the mall. But I went to Target, which, if you don't know, is basically like a Walmart. Which, if you don't understand, that is a large superstore that sells everything, including video games. So I was like, "Hey man, you got Crisis 2?" And they're like, "Hell no, man, we don't got Crisis 2." Except he probably wasn't a redneck, 'cause I live in Minnesota. And then I'm like, "All right, so I'll get Homefront then." That's the other game, and I didn't know which one to get. Kind of wanted Crisis 2 more, but it wasn't there. Homefront was, so I got Homefront, and I'm pretty pleased with it. In all honesty, people are they're complaining about Crisis 2, I'm hearing, so I'm kind of happy I made this decision. It's definitely, I'm getting my money's worth. However, it's going to be stretched out like randomly, because I have to still play Black Ops. I know you guys want to see gameplay with that, and I got some series coming up in that I'm thinking about doing, so I'm going to have to definitely play some more of that game as well. That's honestly what you guys want to see. If I stopped doing Call of Duty altogether and did this, you guys would probably stop watching my videos, and there's not much to do, and there's not many different primary weapons at the moment for me to do things like the random class series. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be switching between this and Black Ops. While if this was the new Call of Duty game I just picked up, this would be the only thing I was playing. But that's pretty much the difference. It's definitely something I'm going to be playing on and off if I feel like it. I completely forgot my score, 20 something and something less than 10. I think 22 and 9. I had probably butchered that completely. If you guys want to see more Homefront, let me know. You're definitely going to see some more Homefront, but if you like to see like a good amount, maybe like 5 more videos of it, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna go start doing some more Call of Duty stuff. You're definitely gonna see more random class series. That'll probably be my next video. So that was kind of my Homefront discussion, I guess you could say. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I recommend go picking it up, and if you really feel like this is something that you don't want to play very long, at least rent it, give it a shot. It's definitely something that I think everyone should have the opportunity to play. So I'll talk to you guys next time with a random class series episode 30.